Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy the video. Thank you. Okay, well, so, wow. Mary, whoever laid the bricks to make these walls did a fantastic job. Look how smooth and flush the surface is. You couldn't get a hold if you were Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, where have you gone to, Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. By the way, just as I was starting to feel all safe and fuzzy, it's Frankie and he's back. Jingle bells, jingle bells. This fuck won't stop until he split me from limb to limb, mark my words. Now, this first room, let me look at my shadow. And now check this out. Now hold your panties up, motherfucker, because this is guaranteed to blow them clean down. Look at how wonky my right arm is. The one handling the camcorder. Miles had the exact same issue in the first game, so it's kind of like carried over into this DLC. Now get a load of this. Note Miles' left arm, the one holding the camcorder. It's freaking out. I mean, it's not that bad. Just a tad janky, you know. I know I would be glitching a lot worse if I was there right now. So, like, putting your camera down, then bringing it back up does that to your right arm. It gets all twisted up. One last thing before I hit the road. Note the light on the floor that's been ripped down from wherever it came from. I would assume from the ceiling. But anyway, if you trace the power cord, you will see that it's not plugged into anything. So how's the light still working? Truly, this place is a land of miracles, you know? Whatever. Forget about it, as they'd say in New York. Now, we've seen these pictures before, obviously, all over the asylum, but I've never seen 3 of the exact same person lined up in a row. Oh god, Frank, you gave me a really good scare. Jingle bells. I'll be right over, buddy. You just have to wait a minute while I try to boost myself up onto this door. Because why not, right? I might as well see if this door might allow me to get out of the map and explore off-grid, so to speak. But not really, not today, maybe tomorrow.
I told you it would be open. I keep moving, Graham. We're almost done.
These guys again, right? Graham. Keep moving, Graham. How in the world is this hole in the busted window not large enough for me to squeeze through? That's beyond me. I'm pretty fit. That is, if my shadow is anything to go by. Like, if nothing else, we could easily just bust the window completely to get out that way. But no, I just have to loop all the way around, knowing full well there's a bloody maniac on the loose. I just love this game. I swear, sometimes I feel like Outlast is being a challenge just for the sake of being a challenge. Like, stretching small things to outrageous extremes just to make up for the lack of creativity. But, you know, don't take it from this guy, really. I'm 29, pushing 30. What the hell do I know, right? For all I know, this might be my senile brain farts. Oh shit, that's Frankie.
I can smell.
No, please don't do that. Don't you dare smell me. I don't like scrawny, bloodthirsty man smelling me. What are you doing? You can just use the knob. Use the goddamn knob. Open that door. You don't have to bash it down. What a sicko. All right, let's just duck under this desk and see what he's going to do now. Yeah, so a few things to say about Frankie. Frankie is many things, and thorough ain't one of them. Unlike Chris, who's more of a stalker, right? Like, it's not uncommon to see Chris walk up to lockers or beds to check if there's anyone hiding. Frankie is no such thing. He's quite easy to shake, and once he's fallen behind, he'll just roll back to his default state of guarding a very small patch of the map.
Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells.
Sick fuck. Come on. Let's barrel into one of the lockers to hide. 3, 2, 1. Now, if you step back out and peek around the corner, look, Frankie's nowhere to be seen. Doesn't matter how far up the hallway you look. That alone leads me to believe that he just gets reset, you know, for lack of a better term. Yeah, and in fact, exploring further up will reveal that he's indeed gone from these hallways. Until you find and approach this locked door, he won't bother to look for you. What?
Mine!
yours. Come and get me. If you do, you're welcome to have your way with me any way it can be done. Kidding. That will never happen. That will never happen. Now squeeze through this stacked up furniture. Now turn around and squeeze back into the previous area. And look, he's gone again. Frankie, what the fuck, man? I need you to be working with me here, buddy. Yes, the funny thing is you can actually hear his buzzsaw very clearly as if he was standing right next to you. But for some reason, it's coming from behind locked doors. And there is no way to trigger him into setting his foot out. Whatever. Maybe it's just my nitpick inside, like getting the better of me again and taking over, because I do that. I can't help but pick this game apart whenever the opportunity presents itself. But anyway, now that we are safe and sound to explore this area in greater detail, I'd like to get busy doing just that. And yeah, one thing, these hallways are actually dry and boring. They're dry as a bone. Other than this skeleton, which is a very unique prop, you can't see it anywhere else in the game. Other than this skeleton, there's really not a whole lot going on, and that's being generous with words. Because there's literally nothing. No documents to track down, no events to film and unlock new notes in your journal, no NPCs, no jump scares, nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on. We have a lot of hallways, a lot of rooms, and not much to show for them. So, and what makes no sense is we're still early on into the whole outbreak event. It hasn't been that long, right? And if anything, this place should be flipping end over end with, bustling activity and people running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Hell, even Miles had seen more action, and he was kind of late to the party. But, at least Frankie has buggered off for the time being, and that's gotta count for something. A moment of relief and, rest and digest is always welcome in my books. Let's find a bathroom so I can hold my hair up as I bend over to throw up. There's another wheelchair. Nice. Oh, there's a bathroom. Jingle bells. I don't know why I'm stuck with that song. Oh my. Sounds like someone's been throwing one hell of a party. Let's investigate. Anyway, the floor is littered badly with newspaper cutouts, all in French, so we can't read them, obviously, but we've seen those before. And there is a small piece of trash that looks like a birthday cone that's been crushed flat. We haven't seen these before, and we won't see a whole lot of them going forward, at least not to my knowledge. All right, let's pop the door open, see what's inside. Oh, hello, fellas. Let's try. Wow. You guys are having fun, eh? Make sure to bring up your camera for a split second to film these cans. That way, a new note will become available in your dearest little journal. Let's read that shit. So, Waylon, Waylon can't write a note without throwing a temper tantrum and, spilling over with anxiety and depression. Now, these guys they'll just keep going like this forever. Doesn't matter how long you stick around. They'll just keep going like this, It's obviously it's a looped animation, so they won't stop until you leave. And we'll get to that in a second. Let me just check the other two stalls, which are empty. And I want to see his face. I want to see if I can get a close-up of his face in between the swirlies, multiple swirlies. Damn, there we go. That's how they used to bang back in the day. Kids these days just don't bang no more. Now you see. If there's anything he can see right now, it's obviously the bottom of the toilet bowl. So unless you want to make him see something else, I suggest you keep going. Let's check out these books. Now I'm not even gonna waste my time talking about these books again. I've already done that a million times in the first playthrough, and then in one of the first episodes of this playthrough. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut the door real tight and leave these guys alone as I continue on my merry, merry way. But not before I check out this door and see if I can write it. Yes, you heard me right. I keep saying this word. If I had Frankie say jingle bells every single time I say the word write the door, I would have had a Christmas song by Frankie Manera by now.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Kettlebells.
Sick. And boom, just like that, we're now officially on top of the door. But it's useless because the wall is as solid as they come. So a snowball chance in hell of to like clip through the wall and, you know, explore outside the map's limits. So I'm just gonna put some pep in my step and continue my merry way. And yeah, and first of all, let me just pop down I'm gonna hang a right and pop down the hallway over here to grab that battery I saw earlier. This one, there we go. Yeah, so make sure to like, to collect this battery. It's there. Like some batteries are instants in the game and others are just like, they're not going to be there all the time. So dependent on the difficulty you're playing on. But this battery is there always. And funny thing is you can put your face right up against this like leaking gas and that doesn't even harm you. So that's kind of weird if you ask me. Let's see what's down. Oh, wow. Hello. Shut down the gas. Gotcha, man. You hang in there. I'll be all over it soon. Hey, you still there? Hello? I need you to be working with me here, pal. I can go bells. But before I head up to shut down the gas and save my new pal from choking to death on toxic fumes, I'd like to take a moment and double back to the bathroom. Suddenly, the variant that was dunking the dog's head in the toilet is gone. Meanwhile, the dog looks like he's had enough dunking to last him a long while. Now I'm gonna drop all the way back to where I came from to see if I can find this variant. If he's gone, he must have gone somewhere. I mean, unless he just like poof, you know, just dissipated into thin air, fallen apart into atoms. But I don't think that's the case. But anyway, investigating will reveal that he's nowhere to be found. No idea what happened, where he is at. Where you at, man? All right, back to work then. Which is, we need to figure out a way to shut down the gas so the airlock becomes safe to use again. Until then, it's going to be locked down. What is that? Oh, okay, well, just a glass smithereen from the look of it. Anyway, hear that banging? Sounds like someone is trying to bash a door open with their noggin or something. Nursery station. All right, we'll check that out later. Meanwhile, let me just swing back around here so I can pick up this file. There we go. So let's read it. So this is a curious little read, if a bit technical. Most people would probably, blink right through it, and with good reason. So yeah, this is an excerpt from MKUltra way before Murkoff takeover. Someone is reporting their progress on researching and using psychochemicals on human subjects in order to alter and influence their behavior. Some might ask why. Well, obviously this was taking place during the post-war period. So the US was, obviously figuring out ways to change and meddle with, Soviet politics using chemical warfare, as one way to do it. A separate paragraph just down below mentions test subjects had been dissected to reveal metallic tumors. It also mentions, surprise, surprise, Wernicke and Project Walrider, which is indicative the whole thing has been in the making since at least 1958. That's insane. Alrighty then. I hate hanging around this area. It's boring. Let's move on to something more exciting, like this little nurse station devoid of any kind of drama. I'm telling you, they put no effort at all into keeping this game up to snuff. Wow. No. I don't think so. You ain't bashing this door with your head, bro. Seriously, it's already bleeding pretty bad. You'll get noggin hemorrhage if you keep going like this. So what happened is I unintentionally confused this guy's AI. Now he's so discombobulated to the point where he can't even pick up where he left off. So normally this guy is supposed to shuffle back and forth between these two doors and take turns bashing his head against the door. That's what normally happens. But because I clipped through the door, I confused his AI, and now he's like, oh, I'm Bob. So, yeah, I did not even know that was even a thing. Seriously, let me just see if I can ride this door. Yeah, oh, look, see what I mean when I say clip through the wall? Well, unfortunately, that's about as far as I can go. Bob? Oh, my head is bleeding, and now it hurts to eat into it, to put stuff into my head because it's bleeding. And also, this guy makes a cameo in the first game doing the exact same thing with his head. Whoa, man, you should get your head checked out. It's all bloody awful. Have you been smashing walls with it or something? So this guy is an incredible moron. He will shuffle around from one wall to another and bang his head against them. Anyway, yeah, now this guy is confused as fuck. There's a radio here. There might have been a battery, but not this time around. Now look over here. There's they are alarm lights to represent different hospital wards, I would assume. All except one are off. Makes you stop and wonder and scratch your head. Why? Like this guy right now. My man, Bob, you're something else. You know that? You were like super on time with that. All right, let's move on. We're done here. Also, Bob is just gonna... This is not the last time we talk to Bob or see him. Also, this door is obviously locked, so you can't use this door. But this one is open, and look where we are. There is that blinking light over there just down the hallway that's kind of like blinking red at us. But before we head up to check that room, we're going to check the rest of them. And look, there is a vent that we can pull ourselves up into. But obviously, it's a dead end. And yeah, I know, again with this, quit your bitching, but let me just flip my bitching switch one last time. Because it's beyond me why they're giving us all these rooms with absolutely nothing going for them. It's absolutely ridiculous. They could have added more stuff, some notes, or maybe some NPCs, or maybe some jump scares. I mean, something, anything. At this point, I would be thankful for anything, because it's just, I don't know, it's such a waste of room, such a waste of space. Also, this door, oh, fuck. Well, I should have figured, right? And now they're taking away my last bit of fun in this game, that is writing doors and clipping through walls, but saving, huh? Well, I guess it's clobbering time again. What have you done, Bob? Come on, man, I thought we were friends. Now look, Frankie's back, ready to tear me apart, and that's really nice, because, you know, what took you so damn long, Frankie? You know, I've been, you know, I knew you would miss me. I'm gonna, whoa. Well, that was a little unexpected. Anyway, first of all, stress level 0, guys. Stress level 0. We're gonna put on some nice music. Just that's better. And I'm gonna make a run for it in 3, 2, 1. You know, smell my ass, Frankie. Sick fuck. This is so goddamn exciting. Nice. Do you hear that? You just said dinner bells. Well, if you say so, pal.
Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells.
Sick fuck. Oh my fucking shit. Oh my fucking shit. Uh-huh. Yeah, keep bashing that shit, bro. You're almost there. Come on, I'll be right here for you, buddy. No? Well, somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, you know. I don't make the rules here. Yeah, and that's Frankie for you, everybody. That's Frankie Manera. He's a bit, you know, confused, I think. You know, doesn't even hold a candle to what Chris Walker was in the first game, honestly. Like, I'm not pissing down on Frankie. I think he's all right. But I don't know. Does he really stack up to the likes of Chris Walker or Traeger? Not in the slightest. He has his own charm. I think they all, you know, went to the same charm class. But, you know, if Chris and Traeger were like straight A students, then Frank Manera was one of those like unpopular kids, you know, in the back of the class. Also, look at this painting. That's beautiful. Beautiful horses. We saw the same painting in the first game. Not sure where. I'm not even gonna, you know, try to remember, but it does exist in the first game too. And again, we have a whole myriad of empty hospital wards and empty rooms and someone's picture. I'm assuming that's a padre of some kind, but it's smashed to hell. I can't even make out the name. Figures. The whole place has gone to hell. And, oh, well, by the way, that's just a jump scare. There's nobody out there, trust me. We are the only person in these halls. I'm gonna check out this door right off the bat, see if I can write this door, because that's my favorite thing to do in this game, write indoors. See, that's what I mean by clipping through walls, except that's about as far as I can go, so that's useless. There's a fridge full, stacked high with, all sorts of medicine, pills, disposable gloves, glassware. So this is like a tiny lab. Now, I'm not gonna waste my time poking around, because we've seen tons of we've seen this stuff before. Like in the first episode, all these pills and stuff, they are just the exact same copy, same props. But there is a file on Frankie Manera, and that's beautiful. So let's read it. So Frankie Manera, aged 36. Can you imagine that? Wow. So this file says Frankie wasn't very susceptible to the effects of the morphogenic therapy. No lucid dreams, no real progress to speak of. Former smoker of both tobacco and pot. So that's why the man's been so cranky, probably just looking for someone to bum a smoke. A curious fact is Frankie only weighs in at 155 pounds. Man, what a shrimp. But that's down from 228 he was on his first day at the asylum. It also says he's been refusing, getting a new haircut and taking a shower, stating that, quote unquote, if I cannot partake, I cannot share. So, whoa, wow, that's a handful. And there's someone's coffee mug, empty. Damn it, can't a guy have a little coffee? I've had quite a day, nothing. Now, if you approach this door, this happens.
Dinner bells, dinner bells, dinner bells.
Now, makes you wonder, who was that? It could have been Bob, but if it was Bob, he would have had blood on his forehead, and if there was blood, I couldn't see any. So whoever that was, fuck him. Plus, it's just a jump scare. There's really no one out there, and if there was, who's talking? Who's talking? I just heard, oh, I forgot about this guy.
Fuck off.
Oh, really? Well, fuck you too, man. You dumbass telling me to fuck off. You don't have to tell me to fuck off. I can tell myself to fuck off like I'm doing right now. I'm gonna fuck off under this desk. Anyway, look at this shit. What is this? Why is this phone clipping? Oh, and there's a screen too. Why are they both clipping through the control panel? Now, look up here, and we have a bunch of camera, security camera, CCTV footage, basically. A bunch of screens, all showing us different parts of the asylum that appear in the first game. And if you pay attention, which you should, considering this is Outlast, nothing is happening in either of those screens. It's just a bunch of static images. So, could have fooled me if I, wasn't as nitpicking as I am. Also, evidently this screen is possessed by an evil spirit because it's not plugged in, and yet somehow it's working and kind of freaking out. Alright then, let's step on it. Time's blown by while you blink until one day you look back like, was that it? Was that my whole life? Now, before I clippity-clop out of here, I'm gonna wear some razzle-dazzle on this door. This way I can double back and still be able to walk through this door later on. Otherwise, this door will be locked as soon as I step 1 foot outside. But look, this way I can just double back and see, I'm back. But this door is now locked officially. So let's just go. Oh, and by the way, I just cracked a beer open. I don't know if I should be saying this in a video, but yeah, I just a little bit of beer, to get my spirits up, to give me that nice buzz. Now look through this transparent film that is separating that area. Something is off. Just the way it's sealed off and the way it's all kind of devoid of any furniture or whatever. It's like just squeaky clean, just walls and doors. I don't know, something is off. I'm gonna lock this door, not lock, but I'm gonna close this door. There's absolutely nothing going on over here. Not yet. And yeah, you heard that too. Hello, Frankie. I'll be right over, buddy. And look at this reflection. It's bullshit. Like, where is this reflection even coming from? There's nothing in this room that would get reflected this way. Bullshit. So I'm calling bullshit on that. Liquid nitrogen. Now look at these lab glassware tubes, whatever they are. They're full of human parts. You have some limbs, heads, whatever else, and whatnot. Damn, well, these guys had some pretty decent setup here to run experiments on limbs and heads and whatnot. What's that? Is it a picture? What the hell is that? It looks like some kind of like human tissue under a microscope, like zoomed in. I don't know. And better yet, I probably shouldn't want to know. I need batteries pronto, and here's one right here. There's always one right here, so keep that in mind if you run out of batteries like I did. This looks like some kind of server room, but other than that battery, there's not much going on. We have this fridge that has been cleaned out. Whatever was in it, probably some meds or whatever. Someone cleaned it out, must have. Now, we have a whole row of wards, or whatever they are, rooms. Most of them are empty, just beds and that's it, just walls and beds. There's one right here with a dead body and another battery. Always good to have. Make sure to grab that one. Now, there are no notes or secrets to fill. Oh, shit. Where did you come from, Frankie? Damn it.
Annabelle's.
Sick fuck. Yeah. Well, that was a little unplanned. I should have seen that coming, frankly. See what I did there? Frankly. I could hear his buzzsaw coming on, so that was enough of a wake-up call to get me all, alert and ready to make a dash for it. But whatever, shit happens, and frankly, is not the hardest enemy to get away from. Now, we're at it. We're at the valve that should allow us to shut down the gas in that silo. I always forget the airlock. All right, let's just spin this shit. Let's crank this crank. There's another possessed screen. Lovely. Now, this room is a dead end. Obviously, there's that's it. The whole point of this room is to give us that crank to crank it. Now let's just step through this airlock now. I always forget what they're called. Not decompose. I'm feeling so dumb tonight. There's another reflection that makes no freaking sense. No. What the hell did I just did? Sorry, it's probably the beer doing it to me. It wasn't meant to happen. I wasn't these airlocks, these whatever they are. I always forget what they are called, but yeah, you can actually step through them multiple times, but you have to wait, for the whole thing to happen. Anyway, the reflections make no sense. Yeah, and we're gonna use this trick. By the way, I remember now. We're gonna use this trick later on to pull off what might just become and go down in history as one of the biggest glitches ever. We're going to be able to follow Frankie, except this time around, he's going to be friendly. So I'm going to use the same trick with the airlock just down the hallway, the one we're actually trying to, to clear out the gas so we can use it. So just watch. It's coming on. And just by the sound of it, so is Frankie. I can't tell exactly where he is, but he must be close. I forgot to mention these guts. But who cares about guts, right? I also, if memory serves me right, there's one last room or ward just down the hallway that I forgot to check, but I can't remember for the love of God where it is. Actually, I think I'm just making this up. Now, let's go and wait. I need Frankie. Where's Frankie, by the way? It's kind of weird. Is he even following me? As you can see, this door is still usable, right? Even though it's locked, but because I did that street magic on it early on, I can now still use it. Where is Frankie? Frankie! Dinner bells! Is he gone? Is there like a glitch going on that I'm not aware of? Oh yeah, this door. This one last room. See, I wasn't making this up. There's nothing here except for this bed with a bloody mattress, but that's it. Starting to wonder where's Frankie? What the hell? Yeah, no, I'm not going back through that airlock thing. If Frankie's still around, he's doing a pretty good job at avoiding me, so what the hell? Also, yeah, look down that hallway one more time. It's so empty, right? It's almost like they made that hallway just for the sake of making it. That's it. Frankie, dinner bells, come and get me, carve me up with that nice buzz saw, stick it up my ass. Pull it out, stick it up again. And where's Frankie? Anyway, so Frankie's supposed to follow me through this airlock, but then boom, the doors slide together, and oh shit, dinner bells. Where'd you come from, Frankie? I was just talking about you. So obviously this whole thing, where he's like leaning against the glass trying to get inside, is scripted. This is not real Frankie. We need real Frankie to follow me, and this is what I'm gonna do. This is how this is supposed to happen. I get inside this airlock, look, boom. Now I wait for the door to like slide open so I can set just 1 foot outside, briefly, just for a split second, like, oh, I'm back inside, the doors, shut again. And now when they reopen, look what happens. I can actually get back inside the area I came from. And I can actually, get a pretty good, view and up close of Frank, except this time he's not hostile. He's not gonna try to kill me. That's beautiful. And the funny part is that you can still hear him like revving his buzz saw. But the buzz saw is like nowhere to be seen. It's not even in his hand. There's no buzz saw anymore. And he's actually using the same animation that of the twins. Remember the twins from the first game? This is their animation. Look at him. Frankie, dinner bells.
Dinner bells, dinner bells, dinner bells. Dinner bells. Dinner bells.
Sick fuck. Anyway, now we're back outside the airlock and we're ready to continue. So that was just a small detour. Sorry, couldn't help it. Just wanted to show off that really cool glitch because this is a 100% playthrough, right? No stones unturned. All right, let's just clippity-clop. Now we have a green light. We can actually step inside this airlock. They're not airlocks, but they're something else. And this guy is all curled up and twisted up like a pretzel. Sorry to see that, pal. And look, we're finally outside. Whew, damn, that was a pretty rough ride. I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.